So good morning. Welcome to Raaonline. The today's class is about palate. So the competency related to palate is Anatomy 36.1, in which you have to describe the morphology, composition, relation, blood supply and applied anatomy of the palate. So what is a palate? A palate is a Latin word. It is the roof of the mouth. So here you can see this is the palate. So the palate is not uniformly the same structure. The anterior part, first before going to the structure, let's see, this palate is going to form the roof of the mouth and it is a partition between two cavities. So what is this cavity? This cavity is the nasal cavity. So above the palate is the nasal cavity and below the palate is the oral cavity. So the palate is going to separate the two cavities, nasal cavity and the oral cavity. So it is a partition between the oral and the nasal cavities. So this palate is made up of two parts. One is hard palate. You can see a bony structure which forms the anterior 4/5 of the palate and the posterior 1/5 of the palate, which is made up of muscle, is soft. It is not hard as a hard palate. So it is named as soft palate, and the soft palate forms posterior 1/5 of the palate. So hard palate is a bony part, so it is named as hard, whereas the soft palate is made up of muscle. Since it is soft in nature, it is named as soft palate. Now first see the hard palate.